Hello everyone, this is Java Series 7 and in this video we are going to learn how to take input from the user on the program. In any computer language, program is a set of instructions to perform a specific task. Now in Java language, a program is written within a class using the main function. This main function is a special function that is called by default and is to be operated as a signal for execution of a program. For example, a sample program I have written, the class name is sample. Now execution of the program start from this main function. Now statement 1, statement 2, these statements are well defined tokens that perform a definite task like addition, subtraction, giving output or taking the value. Now while writing a program in Java, we need to accept a value to perform various operations to give a meaningful result. Now we are going to discuss the various ways to input the value on an operation. This can be done by following ways. Number 1 is by using assignment statement. Number 2 by using function argument. Number 3 by using input stream reader class. And number 4 by using scanner class. So first, input by using assignment statement. In this segment of Java programming, the students are made to learn by taking data on their own as mentioned otherwise within the program along with the appropriate data type. As you can see in the example, the value 56 is stored in variable a having data type int is already given inside the program. That means we have to declare the value of the variable inside the program only. The second way of taking input is by using function argument. So this is the one of the method to accept the value from the user at the time of execution of the program. The variable must be defined within the main as argument. You can see an example, public static void main. In place of string argument, we have to declare the variables with their desired data types. The above function will accept two values from the user belonging to defined data type, and after manipulation, the output of the program is obtained on the screen. Third way is input by using input stream reader class. Now Java programming by using stream class, this system provides user-friendly environment to input the data values in Java programming. The user may have option to change the data during execution of the program. This is the main part. This system applies two types of classes. One is input stream and second is buffer reader. The signification of these classes is discussed below. Input stream class. The data given to the computer is converted into the machine code, that is binary form, or you can say 0 and 1. This machine code needs to be transferred to CPU in terms of binary bit patterns. Hence the system tries to streamline the bits. Streamline means arrange these bits in ordered way so that they do not get disturbed or hampered and cause any input error. The streamlining of bits are done by using input stream class. Buffer reader class. A computer system has a high speed buffer device. Buffer means a temporary storage device in between input unit and the processor. In order to synchronize the speed of input output devices and the processor, buffer allows a storing of input streamlined bit patterns so that the instant supply of data can be done to the CPU without any delay. Thus buffer reader class is used. Now process of input data by using stream reader classes. Now first of all, we have to include java.io package by using import java.io.star. This enables java.io package exposed to your program. Basically, this package is imported to avail facility of using input-output function like readline or println. Second, create class by using public class. Here you have to write the class name. The class name may be any name normally selected and suitable to the operation to be performed in your program. After that, you have to declare the main function header. In previous video, I have discussed public static void main string args. Now, if you are using StreamReader class, we have to add this to statement throws IO exception. What does it mean? Throws IO exception means sometimes the program experiences input-output error even if the programming statements have correct syntax. Now, throws IO exception eliminates the input-output error, if any, that creep while programming. Number 4, you have to write one statement, that is input stream reader read. Now this read is the name of the object, is equal to new stream reader system.in. Now this statement create an object of input stream type, say read, to accumulate streamline beat pattern from the input device like keyboard. Buffered reader in is equal to new buffered reader read. Now this is the object of buffered reader. Now this statement is used to create an object in a buffered reader type to store the input data from the keyboard temporarily. Now syntax to accept numeric data values. That means how you will take the numeric data values with the help of input stream reader class. So if you want to take integer up to 32 bits, then you have to write integer n, you have to declare the variable, then you have to write enter a number, then the value of variable n you will take as integer dot parseInt in dot readline. Now if you want to accept a decimal fraction of up to 32 bit, then you have to write float 10, enter a decimal number, then float dot parse float in dot readline. Now what are the use of these statements? Later in the next video I will show you by writing a program. Third, to accept a decimal fraction up to 64 bits, you have to use double data type. So you have to write double dot parse double in dot readline. Now what is in? In is the object. Char, syntax to accept a character. So we have to declare the data type char, ch is the variable, and how we have to declare char in dot readline, in dot read. The syntax for accept a string. The string is the data type, str is the variable. How we have to write? Str is equal to in dot readline. Last but very important, input by using scanner class. The scanner class is the latest development in Java which allows the user to read values of various types. The scanner is defined within the Java package java.util. Java.util. Input stream reader is defined under java.io and scanner class is defined under java.util. We can input the values from either keyboard or file without going through any conversion system. Now what are the advantages of using input through scanner class? The user may not mention set of data being input from the console. The end of data elements can be determined through a special token. Input stream reader and buffer reader need not to be mentioned. Program logic is simple because scanner class has various methods to manipulate input data. String manipulation is quite easy as each word can be obtained as a token and handled separately. It provides an easier approach to read record from the data file. Now these are the methods to read tokens from a scanner object. So first we have to write import java.util.star. After that we have to define main function, then we have to declare variables. After that you have to write this statement. That means you have to create the object of scanner. Here in is the object of scanner class. Now for data type short, we have to write short is the data type, p is the variable name. Now to accept the value we have to use the object of scanner class, that is in dot next short. For data type int we have to write int p equal to in dot next int. For data type float we have to write float p equal to in dot next float. For data type long we have to write long p equal to in dot next long. For data type double we have to write double p equal to next double. For data type string, two ways are there. String str is equal to in dot next. Okay, in dot next will accept the first token only, and string str equal to in dot next line, it will take whole token. Whole token means it can accept the series of word or sentence. Now for data type char, there is no defined uh, any type for accepting value for the char, so we have to write like char c is equal to in dot next dot char at 0. That means first we have to write in dot next, and whatever character is stored at first position will get stored in variable c. Now hope this video is clear to you. In next video I will explain all these things by the help of programming. Till then, thank you.